how exciting is it to see this behind you and to kind of be part of something new at the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's a privilege, that's for sure, and pretty cool to have our own little memento, I guess, for it, and in a place like this, it's cool as well. So, yeah, as I said, I come in here to have a look through all the Hall of Fame before Chicago last year, and so to now have something in here it's pretty epic.
Would you have ever thought when you came through last year ahead of that race that kind of thing could happen? I mean, how in all of this were you?
Yeah, like you obviously dream of winning the race, but yeah, I was not sure how we were going to go. You know, it's such a different world to what I'm used to and where I've come from. So yeah, to have a great race and to win the race was pretty unexpected, but pretty awesome moment too.
I mean, that changed everything for you. You ended up over here this year running full time in the Xfinity and working on the Cup stuff part of this year in anticipation of what next year. How have you sort of compartmentalized everything that you have to do now to get everything done week to week?
Yeah, it's been a blur, that's for sure, and just trying to live in the moment and enjoy it. Racing every week is pretty much, that's my dream. You know, it's pretty cool to be here. The oval stuff is very different to what I've done, and I need to keep learning, getting better at that. I've got a lot to learn there and improve on, but I feel like I am making improvements there, and our results have been pretty decent. So yeah, just got to keep learning and make sure I'm ready for the Cup Series next year, and that's going to be another step up again.
Is the biggest challenge for you stuff on the track or off the track? There's a lot week to week that you have to do to be ready for Saturday and Sunday.
Nah, we did a lot more stuff off track in Australia, so this is awesome. Just turning up and racing, and just focusing on the driving side instead of all the outside stuff. So it's been a pretty good change here. Just going racing and focusing on that. It's been great.
What surprised you the most about all this?
Probably how relaxed everyone is until it's go time. During the week and even at the track up until the race, the atmosphere is really relaxed. Everyone's having fun, but when it's go time, it switches pretty quick. Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions?
We're good.
Thanks, Shane.
I see this and I go, Chicago, wow, who would have ever thought? Is that kind of what goes through your mind?
I think it's special to have this space inside such an amazing facility to celebrate this race. We knew going into the event last year just how unique it was, and it was such a successful weekend, even in spite of the weather. And now to be able to see it here in the hall, be able to share that with so many people that come through these doors each and every day is incredibly special.
What, coming into the idea of going back next year and hoping to have really great weather, what do you look forward to the most about a weekend that's more temperate than what it was last year? What are you looking forward to being there?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to being able to do it again and have everyone that's attending have seen it before, understand it, and again, being able to accomplish the things that we just weren't able to do last year in spite of best efforts. And I think even with that and those challenges that we had from a weather perspective, you look at the racing competition, I mean, it was a tremendous race, and anyone that watched it on television, like, they talked about how fun it was to watch, how beautiful the city of Chicago looked. And so we're looking forward to just really taking that, it was such a great starting point, and just making it even better this year.
I think I was surprised most when I was there, but when it was said we're going racing, how many people came out of the woodworks, out of all of those buildings, flooded those gates. Every grandstand appeared to be full anyway, regardless of the weather.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps as you're talking about that. And that was one thing, again, I think that was one of the benefits of thinking about where we were racing. Fans had places to go, restaurants and other, there were a lot of things for them to do in and around the footprint, in the loop, and just downtown Chicago in general, to help pass the time while we were waiting out the weather. And then, yeah, as soon as that, drivers to your cars, the number of people that returned, our fans were absolute troopers, and the energy that you felt in that venue, especially thinking about those last 10 laps as they came through the front stretch, both sides, that stadium feel, it was spectacular.
In retrospect, looking back over the years at different winners that have won different races, how important is it that Shane won that race with the storyline that he brought?
I think you look at, again, this race is really about, Winston mentioned it earlier, it's about taking our sport to a whole new level, and Shane is a part of that. And I think for us, the competition on the track is always a priority. He talks about the number of cars that he had to pass in order to get the win, so the track itself was competitive. But it was such a great story, thinking about what we were doing in downtown Chicago, a street race, first of its kind, to have a first winner like in his first start. It's pretty special.
How special is that for the Hall of Fame?
Well, the best way to describe it to me is it's transformational. There are a lot of not a lot, but there are generational events, and this one was generational and transformational, and it fits right in with our mission of celebrating the heritage, but the evolving history of NASCAR and the support that we get from throughout the industry, be it the tracks, the teams, the drivers, whatever. They're always there to help us tell that story, and this is a very unique story. It shows to me the proof of concept, and I believe wholeheartedly we will be racing in other downtown cities. I do not know where, I do not know when, but I'll be shocked that if that doesn't happen in my lifetime. And I'm an old guy, so I think it's going to happen.
What does it say about the NASCAR Hall of Fame that Shane decided to come here even before that Chicago race to check this place out and to get his bearings on NASCAR history?
Of everything I heard today, that probably warmed my heart the most, that we want to be that location that people come to, whether they're diehard race fans or they've never been around the sport or they're new to this part of the sport, and with somebody of his magnitude to come and learn a little bit about it. I think it shows our team has done a very good job of putting together a Hall of Fame that showcases that, the history of the sport as well as what's going on now. And somebody had to tell him that's a good place to go. So I give all the kudos to our staff for putting together an experience that people look forward to with our interactive experiences as well as our historical artifacts and those things.
What do you hope people get out of exhibits like this? And this one specifically that says Race Chicago, and you can see a piece of what made that special.
I think that's what exactly we want them to get out of, is to realize that this was such a special event. Every single item in here, every artifact, every display is significant. Because when you think about 76 years of history and how many races we've had across how many different series, by the time it gets to here, it's a big deal of telling the story of NASCAR in a variety of ways. And I hope they get out of that why this is so significant to have its own display. This area was where we explained what the industry went through during COVID, which was also transformational to us. And Kevin Schleischer and his team did a phenomenal job of weaving those pieces together to know the community interaction, the competitive part of it, the uniqueness of everything that was going on with the concerts and those type things. So hope they see the breadth and depth of that weekend and why it is in fact a transformational and generational event.